Hey guys, I'm Peter.
And I'm Sarah, and we're from CookingWithCSA.com, home of the seasonal recipe subscription. And this week we're talking about what makes the world go round.
Yeah, we're talking about what gets us fired up. Fired up because for people like us and what we do every day, every week, it's really important. It's kind of at the core, and it's what makes us tick, and it's kind of interesting to everybody else. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just get started here. So Sarah, could you please tell us what gets you fired up? What gets you just so driven first thing in the morning that you just, what gets you out of bed, every morning with a smile on your face, no matter what?
Well, I mean, what gets me out of bed is definitely like my morning run, my morning workout. That's what really gets me set for a good day. But I think like for my life's purpose, for my work, really what gets me excited is, inspiring others to really take responsibility for their health. I really want to get to the point in the world where people care about the things that they're putting into their bodies, more so for nutrition than for how they're going to look on the outside, but how they're going to feel on the inside. Obviously, like that's why we started Cooking with CSA, is to help people understand how great you can feel when you're eating like these foods that really fuel your body. So yeah, I guess I'm just like super fired up or passionate about helping people find what's going to fuel them, what foods are going to do that for them.
Yeah.
What about you, Pete?
Cool. What gets me fired up? What
Yeah.
gets me excited? Well, I think what gets me excited is possibility, and just knowing that if I could change, then really like anybody can change. For me, I get fired up and excited for work because food is the thing that gets me excited. I don't love to cook, actually, which might be a surprise, but there's nothing that gets me more excited and just thrilled for life than to get other people to cook. So I don't love cooking, but I love getting people to cook. Okay, so yeah, I mean, like for me, food is life. Food has changed my life, and I think that it's just a matter of finding that trigger for everybody to make them realize that yes, this is important. Yes, I want to do it. Yes, I can do it. And I know that I can help at least a few people.
Definitely.
At least a few people.
Definitely.
Be able to make this same change, and that's what gets me out of bed.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
And then the morning run, of course.
We're definitely morning exercisers.
Although this morning was a little bit harder because we went to bed a little bit late last night. So.
But didn't you feel like way better after the run?
Way better after.
I wasn't even
it's kinda
tired
like,
afterwards.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then about 9 o'clock, I was just like, man, I feel good today. My back's not hurting.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
So that's what. Yeah. Same.
So food, but I mean, for me, it's like, it's food, like it's getting people to eat healthier, but I really want them to have the education. I don't want them just to be eating something because it says gluten-free or, healthy on it. Like I want them
or natural.
Yeah.
I mean, that one's so played out, but now even like organic's kind of moving that way too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess, I don't know.
So it's kind of like, are you saying like the surface awareness is there, where like people are seeing like, oh, like now they're like aware that, okay, now there's gluten, and okay, like this is organic, but now you're saying like, let's take it to like the next level.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think that education is like so important. Education on like what is healthy, you know. I think that there's so many different diets out there, and obviously like we follow a plant-based diet, and that works really well for us. But I think that people need to find a healthy diet that works for them, but really incorporate more plant-based foods, you know, more fresh produce, and really be educated on why that's important to get that produce, you know, why it's important to eat kale, why it's important to get your fiber. What's the difference between a juice fast and a smoothie every morning, you know? Just like really getting to the core of like why we do the things we do, because I feel like once you know why you're doing something, then you're going to keep doing it, you know? So I think that's
for sure. For sure. Yeah, I mean, going along with that, it's like looking at where we are right now, it's kind of like there's a lot going on. I mean, like we're super focused on like everything from like where our water's coming from, you know, to I don't even know. I mean, like certain spices being organic. Yeah, you know, it's just like, and it's not just like organic, you know, and all that, but like it's kind of like where the food is coming from. I mean, romaine isn't romaine across the board, you know. So anyway, so that's where we are today. Yeah. But like looking back to like where we started, I was just thinking about this yesterday, and I watched a documentary like almost 4 years ago, and that kind of started, you know, my mind down like the path of health. Yeah. You know, why it's really important to really be focused on what you're eating, because you are what you eat. But my parents, you know, I think they actually have a lot more credit than I was willing to give them. And they gave me a juicer for Christmas. It was either for Christmas or it was for my birthday. They're really close together.
I remember that.
And I was like, dude, juicer, like this is exactly what I don't need. I was thinking like, the juicer is the dust collector. That is what just sits on the countertop. I'm not even going to use that. But I remember like I tried it a couple times, then I told you about it, and at that time you were reading about Chris Carr. And
a friend of mine gave me a juicer, and it was ancient. It was from, I don't even know, it was like the first juicer I ever made.
So you had a little juice man.
Yeah.
And I had the Jack LaLanne power juicer. I remember that. I remember that. And then we were kind of like, we were kind of getting into it, and
yeah.
I think then you started doing juice every day, and I was juice about 3 times a week. Now we juice 7 days a week.
That's another thing that I'm like so passionate about is fresh juice in the morning. I think that I credit that to so much, like my energy, not being sick, clear skin. I just think that juice, no matter what, I know like first thing I have my juice, and then I know like the rest of the day, like if I can't get a salad in, which like almost never happens, but say I can't get a salad in, or I can't get a green smoothie in, like I know that I got those greens in.
For sure.
Juices. Love my juice.
Juice, yeah. Yeah, juice is good, and if you're used to it, when you're traveling, it can be kind of weird.
What do you mean?
Well, so a year ago, we flew to North Carolina.
Yeah.
And we were staying with my aunt and uncle.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, can't take a juicer with you on the plane. I mean, you really only have so much space. So what we did, I think we got some, like, Amazing Grass packets. Oh. We tried to get, like as many, like, green packets as we could. I mean, it's like total supplement, but at least we felt like we were still getting our greens.
Totally.
I mean, we were still eating a salad every single day because it's like the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, you can do that anywhere. But I mean, we are so lucky being in California. I feel like there's a juice bar on every corner and in every store,
no
and you can have a juicer. But I definitely think like when traveling, to certain parts, like North Carolina,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very hard to have juice.
You have to get creative. But there's always a smoothie, which I personally have a smoothie at least 5 times a week.
Yeah, I probably do it 3 times a week.
Yeah. So where did all this start from? So I had asked you, Sarah, what gets you so fired up in the morning that gets you out of bed? And I loved your answer.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was straight from the heart. Love it. And I already know all this. And I definitely share some similarities, but thank you for sharing.
Hey, thanks. No problem. Alright, I think that's good. Well, guys,